Made by Michelle here. I'm Michelle. Thank you for joining me today. So this is impromptu. I am actually at work on my lunch break, but I thought I would film a sort of future plans video. My style is sort of changing, like a lot of people my age. I don't know about you, but I've noticed that my style is different than it used to be. And because my size has changed recently, and my style has changed, I find that I've got some holes or gaps in my wardrobe. And so I would like to fill those holes or gaps in my wardrobe with some things that makes me happy. So yeah. So I thought I'd come on today and talk to you about what I plan to make to fill those gaps. And I don't, again, have a lot of things with me, but I will put in some pictures of my sort of inspirations, some Pinterest pictures, some pattern pictures, some fabric sort of pictures. Some of them I may upcycle. This is the great month to do that. Not saying I'll get all these things done this month, but yeah. I am, by the way, wearing I believe it's a Simplicity, but it's a Mimi G pattern. This is something that I made when I was a larger size, but it's still working for me, so I'm still gonna rock it. And I'm just wearing an Old Navy's long sleeve tee underneath it. I like it. So, and some very, very, very old Levi jeans that fit me. Okay, so my current inspiration, I like the look of like kilt type skirts, plaid, flannel, even blue jean skirts. I don't have a lot of that. I only have one short skirt, well, that I wear in my wardrobe. And it is none of those things. I got it at a fair a couple years ago. Luckily, it is very adjustable. It's really a cool design. I will take some pictures and put them in here, but it's a very cool design. It has a bunch of snaps across the front of it. And I recently went to the Scottish festival with my family, and there were kilts for sale. And although I do have a tiny bit of Scottish, I think, in my heritage, I'm not ready to rock a full kilt. I was looking at like the plain kilts, because that style really sort of appeals to me. A pleated, like schoolgirl kind of skirt. Although I'm not, gonna go full schoolgirl or anything like that. But that sort of right at the above knee length, with sneakers or loafers or knee-high boots, with a sweater or sweatshirt or sweater vest and long sleeves. That's sort of what I wear on the top a lot of times, is like a long sleeve tee and a sweater vest. Or when it gets cooler, I'll probably wear, a turtleneck or mock neck or roll neck, some of you call them, with a sweatshirt or sweater or sweater vest. You know, just depends on how cold it is. It can get pretty cold here in Oregon, United States, but it's more damp than cold. But anyway, those are sort of my aesthetics. Is I like slacks and sweater vests and long sleeves, and I'm kind of digging the mixing of the patterns and prints and stuff like that. I'm trying baby steps, you know. Anyway, so some of the skirt patterns that I've been thinking about making instead of buying a kilt. I was looking at the kilts, like I said, and they're like $135, which totally worth it. But if I make something, I think I can make it for a lot less than that. Like the Bernadette, I believe it's called, from Friday Pattern Company, and I'll put in a picture in case you're unfamiliar with that. And I think if I bought that skirt pattern, both lengths, the knee length or above the knee length, so the shorter one and the longer one, would fill a spot in my wardrobe. The longer one in like chambray or a light denim, and I already have the belt bag, but it comes with that too. So anyway, I like that. And then flannel for the shorter one. Yeah. And I really am liking the look of sort of mixed flannel. Although I've done that, it didn't work out. But I've got some ideas on how to do it properly. Just a little less haphazard. There's also the Sandra skirt by Sid Graham. It's a little different aesthetic, a lot less kilty, a little more boho, a lot more 90s or 80s, like I wore in high school. But I also have the Porter pack by Style Arc, and there's a skirt in that I could use, and then I also have some Big Five patterns, and I think that some of those, and I'll put in some pictures here, some of them I think are more of the kilty, with the side buckles, and I think I have one that has that sort of same aesthetic. I'm not home to dig through, and my sewing room is also the spare room, so it's sort of a catch-all. And we had some work done in our garage to our water heater, and so there's a bunch of stuff in there right now, and it's really hard to maneuver. So it's hard to find anything in there right now. Hopefully that'll get cleared up now that the water heater work is done, and after Halloween for sure it will be. Anyway, I digress. So I think I have some patterns that may fit that niche that I need or want to fill for the skirt. So I may not need to purchase anything. And like I said, I have the little belt bag that goes with the Friday Pattern Company skirt. So I can attach that or layer it over a number of skirts to sort of get that kilty sort of aesthetic. So I think I'm cool with that. I just need to play around, find the right pattern. And then, I have a good sweater vest, and I have another sweater vest that I purchased, and I can put those in here. But I'm also really enjoying the look of the tie front sweater vest. And I know Sid Graham has a tie front sweater, or not sweater vest, but quilted vest pattern. So I'm sort of toying with the idea of purchasing that pattern. Yeah. So, and I know there are other ones, but I'd really like to support her. She's an Oregonian, and you know, seems like a nice person, and it's a cute vest, and I know people have made it. And anyway, yeah, so I really like that sort of quilted vest look, and you can do other things with it. Not really into quilting, but I have some of that sort of material. So some flannel pants, not plants, pants. I've got some flannel pants, but yeah, they're not right. I also have some more flannel that I can turn into pants, and I need some more slacks. I wear a lot of slacks in the office. Not that I have to, but I enjoy the comfort of slacks. But I have a lot of slacks patterns. I have Buttericks, my trusted Butterick pants that I wear all the time. I'll put a picture of the pattern in here. I have the Sid Graham Lane pants. I know they're not an actual slacks pattern, but I think that they can be slacky. You know, work wear appropriate and casual wear appropriate. And I also have the Style Arc Loudon pants. I think that's how you say it. And I have the McCall's M7131 pants. So I think all of those could be made out of flannel. But they can also be made in other materials. I have some suiting material that I got at a churchyard rummage sale. Sorry, it's 2 doors down. That would make lovely slacks out of any of those patterns. And then there's also, I would like to make a tie front top. And then, you know, the Style Arc Porter is a tie front top dress. It could fill that vest top need, because it's a short sleeve top too, so I might play around with that. And I already have that pattern. I'll put a picture of it here. And I really need some more, like, I don't want to say basic because it's not a basic shirt, but I need some more shirts. I want to work on my shirt sewing. I've got a Pattern Emporium shirt cut out. It's another pussy bow blouse. I really like my pussy bow blouse that I made. It was a big 5 pattern, but I have another one cut out. Like I said, a Pattern Emporium one. But I have the Friday Pattern Company patina blouse, and it is a beautiful looking blouse, and I have not sewn it up. I have not cut it out. I have plenty of beautiful like rayons, but I just need to figure one out for it and cut it out and sew it up. I also have a couple cotton lawns that would work in my stash, and I can put a couple pictures in here. I just need to figure out which one I want to use and cut it out and sew it up, and if I absolutely love it, then I have more material that I can use for that. So I just need to, you know, turn this into sort of a capsule so that I can layer these things together. And if not these things in particular, a capsule, make sure that I'm making them in colors and fabrics that will work with my existing wardrobe, which I don't think is going to be that hard to do. And then I need to also clear out the things that are not working, which is harder to do. But I just need to be ruthless, because I'm only wearing, you know, this much of my closet and I have 6 feet of closet. So, and, you know, 2 boxes. So I need to, you know, I need to fine tune what I'm wearing and what I'm not wearing, and tell me if you want me to take you along on that. I know that other people have done that before, and I certainly find it interesting. Like I watched the Jenny Stitches one, and I found it useful. I don't know if I have enough viewers that anybody is going to find that useful. It would be a long video. Most people tell me they like short videos, so you tell me what you would like to see from me, and I would be happy to oblige. But anyway, this is what I'm thinking of. So the only pattern that I have, no, that's not true. I have purchased some patterns lately. This is the only one that I happen to have with me, is a costume pattern. I love this look, and I know we're coming up to Halloween. My family is huge on Halloween. I will not have time to sew this for Halloween this year, but I am planning on being Anne Bonny for Halloween. I don't know how successful my outfit will be. I'm still trying to put it together. But this pattern I just couldn't pass up. I bought it off of Amazon. It was like 15 bucks, which is a lot for me to pay for a big 5 pattern after paying, $1.99 or $2.99 at Joann's for so many years. But I did it because, I love this, and yeah, it's awesome. And there's not just the coat, there's a couple shirts and like a belt, 2 belts actually, 2 shirts, and that shirt is awesome, I think. And the coat comes in sleeveless and sleeved. The shirt is sleeveless or sleeved, and the belt is thick or thin. So, yeah. I don't know when I'll get around to sewing that, but there will be a time. I do have several Halloween costume patterns in my stash. I've never sewn most of them. I have sewn a few capes for my daughter when she was younger, but that's it. Yeah. So the other patterns that I got were a shawl pattern for Pattern for Pirates the other day. I showed that in my last video, I believe. Actually, you will see this one before that one. So it's a shawl with a belt loop, which is, I'm very intrigued by that look right now. So yeah, that was a free pattern. What else did I get off of that? I got a witch hat, a quilted witch hat pattern off of Pattern for Pirates. I believe that was a free pattern as well. And I got one more pattern off of there that was free. I'll try to put pictures of what I got. They were all 3. I think I got 3 patterns, and I believe they were all 3 for free off of Pattern for Pirates. All you got to do is create a login, and they email them to you, and you download them and print them out. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. I hope that you found this useful. If you are interested in following along on this little journey of mine, then tune back and see what I make. And yeah, I am excited about this little capsule wardrobe of mine and fall winter planning. And thank you for joining me. I hope you get some time to sew today. I won't. I'm at work. supporting my habit. So take care. Bye. If you wouldn't mind leaving me a thumbs up and a like and subscribe, that would be amazing. Take care.